Okay. Camera one, camera two, camera three. I think we're ready to roll, right? Yeah. So, all right. So it's been a long time since I've done something like this. I usually do it with guests. I usually do it with people that I want to have on the show. But starting today, I feel like I need to do this by myself. And I'm still going to have guests come in and, give their 2 cents and speak what they want. And, I still am going to have people coming by and doing cool stuff. But I feel like I need to talk now. It's my turn to really let some things out, and really show who I am as a person and as a human being and how much we are all going through, but we act like we're not, right? So this show started with the idea that I was going to bring people and I'm going to learn from them and I'm going to keep learning and trying to figure things out in life, but it got too much, meaning not too much where it's too hard, but there's too much going on in my life for me to constantly be getting new guests and things like that. It's just not the time. So, and for the longest time, I've been wanting to just speak to myself. I've been wanting to speak to you as a friend, as a, I don't know, as a sample. I don't know, someone that you can look up to, and maybe I fuck up, I tell it to you and you just like, oh, maybe I should do things like that, right? So, but one thing that I know for a fact is that I want to use this as a way out. I want to use this as a way out of my mind, right? Because a lot of the times when things are going hard in your life or a lot of things are happening in your life, we stay in our mind too much and we speak too much, not to others, but to ourselves. And I want to know that this is for the good of me, right? I want to help the community. I want to help people. I want to help everybody, but I want to help myself right now. And a lot of you guys don't know, but lately I've been going through a shift in my life, a lot of things that I had no idea was going to happen. And that could be very good, very successful things and very scary things as well. That shift has created a new version of me that I'm slowly getting a hang of, right? I'm very conscious nowadays. I'm very trying to understand what's going on. And this is kind of awkward because like nobody's speaking to me. There's 3 cameras here, but I'm not speaking to nobody, but to myself pretty much. So this is kind of gives me a space for me to see myself. Somebody once said, if you want to really know what your decision is, no, what did I say? Oh yeah. If you want to know what decision to make next, speak about it in a camera and listen to yourself speaking about it. And I've been wanting to try that out because it makes so much sense. We are the greatest people to give advice. Anytime something happens, there you go. My advice is the best advice you're ever going to get. But we never give that to ourselves. So if I do this, this way, then I'm going to be able to speak to myself and I'm going to be able to check myself and see myself. What's really going on? Because, I can read my language. I can read my body language. I can read how I'm speaking. Am I uncomfortable? Am I comfortable, right? So as I was saying, a lot of things have been happening lately. And again, successful and really bad as well. But I've been taking it good. Before this all happened, I thought this was going to kill me. I really thought this was going to be the worst thing I ever been through. But it hasn't really, it hasn't been the worst thing ever. I've been through worse. I've been trying to find out about myself. I found out a lot about myself this past 2 weeks and a half that I've never taken the time to look into. And I feel good. And I might be lying to myself. This is a thing I don't know. I don't understand. It's like, am I lying to myself because I want to feel better? Or am I lying to myself because that's the way to do it at the end of the day? Because what are you going to do? You're going to sit down and moan and cry all day? No, right? I'm constantly speaking to myself. I'm constantly trying to find out what can I do better? How can I become better? And most importantly, who am I and what's next, right? Because one thing I've noticed is that I keep talking to myself, right? And as soon as I don't talk to myself, that's when the bad thoughts come. that's when I feel bad. That's when I feel down. But if I keep talking to myself and having that conversation with myself, things feel better. Why? Because I believe I'm a time traveler, right? I believe I'm a time traveler. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, wait, what the hell are you talking about, Maikon? But listen, so this physical body can never travel through time. But this mind, it's not physical. It's something else. It's something out there, right? I believe it can travel through time because every single day I look at my young self, my 20-year-old self. They're doing all of the things I never thought I was doing because I wasn't conscious, right? After I turned 25, my frontal lobe developed and I started to become this other person where I was conscious. Now I feel like I got a hang of it. At the beginning, it was really scary because I was like, wait, what's that? What's that voice? And what is this thing that they don't connect, right? But now I feel like I truly believe I'm that 35 or 40-year-old self speaking to my younger self. And it's that 40-year-old self has taken over me because for the best, right? So let's say I feel bad today, right? I'm walking, I'm going on a run and I feel bad. As soon as that comes along, that 40-year-old self comes and takes over and says, hey, get your shit together. I'll take it from here. Right? And it starts running and it starts doing its best because he knows best. So when I turn 40, I'm going to know exactly what, when I turn 40, I know that I was exactly moving the pieces, right? Because I didn't know that when I was 20. I wasn't able to move the pieces. So I've been working a lot on that. And the most craziest thing about this last 2.5 weeks is that I finally decided to go to a therapist. I know I'm the worst person when it comes to this because I feel like I'm always right. Like I've been through it, right? My parents left me when I was young and they didn't leave me like forever. Like they left me to this country, right? So I have abandonment issues. So, but I never was able to attack that because I built these walls, great walls, super amazing walls about confidence, courage, and I built success, everything around me. But inside, I'm just an insecure guy. And why? Because I felt abandoned. My whole life, I felt abandoned. And when somebody wants to leave my life, it hurts. It really does. And a lot of people don't understand that. And that's called anxious attachment. Anxious attachment has really been an eye-opening for me because now I get it. Why do I feel bad when friends say, hey, like, why do I feel bad when friends kind of get away? Why do I feel bad when someone I love goes away or gets or wants to leave my life? That hurts. And I feel like a little kid. Like I literally feel like a little kid. Like my parents are leaving, you know, and when I found that out, when I was able to look into myself and be like, oh, wow, this is really affecting you, I decided to change and I've decided to become a different person. And I don't think I've decided to become a different person. I think I'm becoming my actual self, right? That's what feels scary because you're like, oh, who am I becoming? No. I'm becoming my actual self. So again, during this past 2 weeks, I finally decided to go to therapy. During this past 2 weeks, I finally decided to go to therapy and it's been a life-changing moment. I mean, having somebody to tell you what's going on with you and kind of guide you to those scary moments, it's probably one of the best things I've ever done just because it was scary before because I thought I was right all the time. I wasn't able to see what's really going on with me. So I wasn't able to separate and put things where they're supposed to go, right? So I would get confused and I would go kind of crazy and I would explode. But now I hear somebody tell me something and I'm like, huh, that makes a lot of sense. Why? Because they're my coach. And I know I always push people away that think they're better than me or whatever. And I'm like, this person is actually better than me because they see me from the outside point of view. Like right now, I'm talking to you guys, right? Well, I might be able to see myself and I'll be like, this is what's really going on with Maikon, right? And yeah, so during this past 2 weeks, I've been posting episodes, but again, I've been going through just demons in my mind. I've been going through hell lately, trying to figure it out. What do I do next? What's going to happen with my life? Who am I? Who am I becoming? And what do I want to do, right? So I've been running a lot, like crazy. I wake up around 7 and I go on a run for about an hour, come back, take a shower. I've been very disciplined. I start cleaning up a lot. I feel like cleaning up kind of cleans up my mind. And when everything is cluttered, I get into myself and I get panic. Like I panic and I get scared, and I don't like that. So I like to keep things neat and clean. For the longest time, I wasn't. That was not me. But I feel like it helps me. It helps me keep things together and try and understand myself as well. So, but yeah, so I've been, like I said, working a lot. I've been keeping my space neat and thus making my mind feel clean and neat. What else have I been doing? I've been trying to watch movies, but I feel like everything that I like to do when I was not this before doesn't feel as good, right? So when it comes to the guests, I love speaking to guests. I feel like seeing someone else's perspective is amazing. And trust me, it's so valuable. I learned so much. But I need to see my perspective now. I need to understand what's going with me. How do I feel, right? And this is the perfect version. And I want to be able to become a friend to you. Meaning, if you have any questions, right? If you have any questions, message me. Talk to me. I promise you, I'm going to make a video about it here. I'm going to talk about the things because we're all going through so much and we don't even know. We don't even feel like what we're going through is bad or good, right? And sometimes I just want to talk about things that we all go through because I feel like, there was some amazing people that have spoken to me and I've had amazing conversations, but sometimes you need to speak to new people that you never even talked to just to feel something different, right? And again, with the no cheating, stop cheating lifestyle, I don't want to cheat on myself with this. This is going to be a very long process and it's scary. Don't get me wrong. I'm very scared. And I'm not gonna hold emotions back. If I feel something, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna embrace it. At the beginning, I was crying a lot. I was feeling bad. I was feeling really down, and I don't know why. But that's because my reality is changing. I'm being broken in order to be rebuilt, right? But I saw something that was really cool, and it was there's nothing better. No, the only better thing than a good man is a repaired man. Why? Because we can finally see what's really going on. We can open our eyes to so many things that before we didn't see it. And I consider myself a good man. I care about others. I work really, really, really hard. And I want the best for others. I want the best for the world. The people around me, I love them. The people around me are everything to me. So I do consider myself a good man. But now I consider myself a repaired man. And a repaired man has to be broken down and really pushed to the limits in order to see his potential or to see who he really is, right? And that's what I've been able to see. I've been able to see everything I didn't want to happen to me happened. And I've reacted in the scariest way, but I've been able to switch it and become the best version of myself doing 3 things. Talking to myself, first of all. You have to talk to yourself. You have to become your best friend because your best friend wants you to be okay, right? So if yourself is your best friend, it will want you to be okay. Second, be active. You have to be active. As soon as you feel something that it's fucking up with your brain or making you feel bad, go. Go somewhere. Do something, take care of yourself. Do something tiring because when your mind has too much energy, it tends to just go and go and go and go and doesn't stop. And that's what creates anxiety. And that's the scary thing. Just keep going, keep going. It's like, no, I just want it to come down, right? And a lot of times we don't understand what's going on. So we go to alcohol, we go to drugs, we go to parties, we go to these crazy things because we just want to feel okay and calm. And that's why it feels like it's good, but it's not. It's actually hurting you But something like running, something like exercising, something like going and doing some group activities, you get tired, you get calm, and then you come down and you think about what's going on, and you really kind of assess your brain, and you rebalance yourself and all of that. So fuck, I don't know if I needed to do one more. Okay, so it was like fit. It was talking to yourself, being able to become your best friend, and doing activity. Yeah. And the other one, I think this is the most important one, is accept right now. Stop living in the future. Stop living in the past. You have to accept right now. That has done wonders to me. Why? Because I've been able to not want what's coming and not desire what's happened. I am right now, and I'm experiencing everything. And what I feel, it's real, and it's right now. I need to be right here, right now, because that's gonna give me the best data for me to understand what the hell is going on. I feel like I've self-sabotaged myself for a long time, meaning that I create the bad things that happen to me, and manifesting is the most powerful energy in the world, and we don't know that. That's the thing. We don't get it. So what I've been practicing in is knowing what I want and being okay that it's coming, right? For the longest time, we pressure ourselves and we get ahead of ourselves. All humans do it. I personally have done it. Most of the times, I do it all the time. I get ahead of myself, meaning if I want something, I push it, I pressure it to be able to happen. But that's not how things go. Things have a natural flow, and I have to let it happen. If I don't let it happen, I will die in my own delusion, right? I have to understand that things have a certain flow. There's millions and billions of energy in this world that have to connect with my energy in order for something to happen. So that's what I've been doing lately. Just understanding that right now is the most important thing, and understanding that anything that's coming, it's not yet, and anything that has happened is no longer. Right now is what's the most important thing. How much do I know right now? How much do I care about right now? Because if my mind is in the future, I'll never be able to connect the dots right now. If my mind is in the past, I'll never be able to connect the dots right now. And what I want is to connect the dots right now. Meaning what's right now, it's real. What's tomorrow is not. What's been is not. That's it. And constantly living in the future or the past will really destroy your mind, because we're not capable of constantly feeling like something is going to happen or something has happened. That's when anxiety comes. That's when depression comes. A lot of people, meaning like if something big is coming, a lot of people get scared and they get pressured and too much energy, right? And so what happens? It turns into depression because it's too overwhelming that you just want to stay. You just want to chill in bed and do nothing the whole day. I don't want that either. I want to become successful. I want to be able to take control of my emotions. I want to be able to control. I want to be able to take control of my life, right? I'm not gonna do that by thinking I should do something or thinking I should have done something. I need to do it right now, right? So even with this, that's what I felt. I was like, I'm gonna do an episode with just me talking, and sure, I might look stupid. I might be like, people will be like, what the hell's going on with you? No, it's like, bro, no one cares about you. Well, I do, right? And that's what I feel I should do. And the coolest thing about this format is that I can literally be in another country and I could be doing this. So I don't know. It's interesting to think where my life is headed at this point. I don't know if certain characters in my life are going to stay around or if I'm going to be around them. So I'm trying to figure out all these things that are happening, and but at the same time trying to figure it out myself and trying to figure it out what's going on with me. How can I do better? And how can I be that better person? Because that's all I want to do. I just want to become a better person, because for the longest time, I just wanted to be, right? And it's like, no, you have to care about you. You have to care about yourself. You have to care about your emotions. You have to care about your feelings. You have to care about how you feel today and how you felt yesterday. You have to care all about that, right? But the most important thing is stay present, be yourself, and always try to strive to learn, because that's what has helped me in my life, is learning, trying to figure it out. What the hell is going on, right? Because again, I do not feel like I'm 30 now. God damn, I know that's crazy, but I do not feel like when I was 20. I don't no longer feel like that. I could never do the things that I did when I was 20. Why? Because this is a brand new frontier. This is a brand new place for me. I have no idea. Every year, it's a brand new place for you. So you got to stay on your toes. Always look forward. Always look to what it's going on with me and how can I react to this. Because again, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but one of the best quotes is, it's not about what happens to you, but how you react to it, right? For the longest time, I didn't know how to react to whatever happened to me. Nowadays, I understand that I need to be calm. No matter what happens, be calm. 99% of your problems will be solved with you just coming the fuck down. Why? Because you have control. The only time you have control is when you're calm. The only time when you have control is when you calm down. Why? Because then you have control. Then it makes sense, right? But if I don't calm down, things will never work out, because I will constantly be breaking, fixing, breaking, fixing, breaking, fixing. Why? I just want to be able to not break things. So when you don't break things, you don't have to fix them. And especially when you break the same thing twice. Right? I get it. Mistakes are the most beautiful thing. And one of the coolest things I've heard lately is that don't be afraid of your mistakes. Be afraid of not learning from your mistakes. Why? Because for the longest time, like I've said before, I would make a mistake and I would make it again. I would make a mistake and I would make the same mistake again. I would never take the time to be like, why did I make this mistake? Why did I feel like making it? And why did I pursue to make it, right? Because we know exactly when we're not supposed to do something, but we still do it. So that's what I've been trying to work on. It's make a mistake, yes, because we are going to make mistakes all the time, but learn from it. Why? How? When? Did I need to do that? Maybe not, or maybe yes, but just learn from it. Because that's the scariest thing. Going 10 years, I probably went 10 years without learning anything about my mistakes. I would say I did. I would say, oh, I'm good. I learned. No, I didn't. The truth is I didn't. When you learn, people see it. People can feel it. And I didn't. Now I am. Now I'm learning from my mistakes. And I feel like for the first time ever, I feel in control of myself. Nothing has control over me right now. And when no one has control of yourself or anything, that's when you start becoming your actual self. And don't get me wrong, this journey is going to be scary. This journey is going to be full of emotions, full of surprises. Most of all, I feel like surprises are the most thing there is going to be full of. But I think we're going to get through it. Like I said, if you guys have anything going on in your life and you want to talk about it, just hit me up. Just hit me up. I promise you, I'm here to help. I'm here to lend an ear and lend some possible advice. And if I can't give an advice, I want to be there as someone you can let it out. Because if you can't let it out, then you keep all that bullshit in your heart and your soul. And sooner or later, you're going to have to clean out the place. Unless you're a hoarder. And those people, there's those people out there that are hoarders and goddamn, they have too much things to worry about. And all they have is bullshit in the house. So I'm grateful for this. I think it's been an amazing episode for me. If you don't watch it, I don't care. But I'm going to get better at it. Like I said, need questions. I need people to tell me what I should talk about. So anything you feel like you want to talk about, anything you want to tell me, I promise you, this is going to be just between me and you. I'll never say the name. I'll never judge. I'll never push a narrative or anything. I want you to just say what you feel and we'll talk about it. That's all. There's millions of people who just want to learn about what's going on. And I feel like for the longest time, the world has kept too much inside instead of just letting it out. When you let it out in a safe and controlled environment, it's always the most beautiful thing. Why? Because it just feels good. It's scary when we have to like keep things in our heart, when we have to keep things in our soul. Why can't we just let it out? Because we don't have a safe space. Because we don't have a safe space. I wish everybody in this world had a safe space to just let it out, just say what you feel, but without the fear of judgment or pain. Why? Because when you let it out, when you say it, and you're in that safe space, sometimes you can hear yourself. You give the opportunity for yourself to hear yourself and others to give their opinion, and then you come up with a solution or a decision, right? It's the scariest when you don't show your emotions and you don't say what you feel because it's not a safe space, and then you explode. Now you're breaking things. And what happens when you break things? You have to fix them. You have to do cleanup. That shit's not fun. Sometimes I just want to I want to get it. For the longest time, man, I haven't been able to get shit right for a long time. For a long time. I just want to get things right. For the first time ever. I just want to keep getting things right. And that requires a lot of self-search, a lot of self-love, and a lot of self-worth. And I want to take my time to listen to people nowadays. I want to care about what they're saying. Because I can deal with what I want to say for the rest of my life. But if somebody gives me the opportunity to listen to them, I will. Because that's the most beautiful thing. Somebody is giving you their energy. Somebody's letting you know something. Who am I to say, oh, that's not right? Who am I to say, don't feel like that? It's your right. You can feel like that if you want, 100%. And I'm glad that I did this. I think this is going to go for a long time. I like it. I feel good. It's like a big weight came down on my shoulders, and I'm excited to see what I'm going to talk about next week. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about next week. I could have a guess. I don't know. But this is the Maikon show. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. And if you get offended, fuck you. And if you want to be in a safe space where nobody judges each other, where everybody just has something to say and it's free to let it out, then you're welcome. If not, then get the fuck out, because this is my new safe space that I want to create for me mostly, but for you as well. I want to be able to, I want for you to be able to, again, let it out. Because I promise you, letting it out in a safe space will change your life. It will make you the person you've always wanted to be. And it will fill a cup that I don't think you knew needed to be filled. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been super dope. I don't know how long this has gone for, but I'm going to put it out and I'm going to give you feedback. And if you guys don't like it, again, fuck you. I'm excited. I'm happy about this. And yeah, remember, stop cheating. Be yourself. Keep drinking water. Go to sleep early and love yourself. Oh yeah, and again, start running. I promise you, man. Running has helped me so much. Oof. Like right now, I just came from running. I haven't taken a shower. I'm going to have to go take a shower. I probably smell bad, But man, I am calm. I am so chill right now. Why? Because I've lost that anxiety. It's scary, man. It's scary when you have too much energy. Just get tired. And I promise you will feel just like drinking alcohol, just like taking drugs. Just get tired. Getting tired is probably one of the most underestimated drugs in the world. Why? Because you're actually like in a high. I just ran for an hour, my whole body hurt, but I'm in a high right now. Like I want to go to sleep because I'm so tired, right? But that's the beautiful thing. It's like I'm experiencing calmness. I'm experiencing chillness. I just want to chill, right? So yeah, love you guys. Peace out. Whew. God damn, that was pretty cool. I'm excited to see what I do after this. I have to go. What do I have to do today? I have to clean up. I have to go shopping. I have to help Jessica do some stuff. Yeah, let's go do it. Peace out. Oh.